I touched on the fact that we track and look at variables within complaint data from military consumers. In terms of manipulating the data, we look at branches of service, status, grade, age, business name, location, and we've begun this year looking at industry. We've received over 100,000 complaints in the last 2 years and continue to receive between 4,000 and 5,000 complaints per month. Roughly 39% of the overall complaints come from the Army, 24% from the Air Force, 20% from the Navy, 8% from the Marine Corps, 7% from DOD, and 2% from the Coast Guard. These are fairly consistent percentages from month to month. I'm often asked what patterns we see in the areas of scams, schemes, and ID theft. Advanced fee loans, excessive car buying contracts, and expensive financing continue to plague the population we seek to protect. Due to mobility, military families easily fall prey to scammers using job search sites to find their victims, especially with work-at-home schemes that seem very appealing. We also see scammers becoming more and more sophisticated and masquerading as reputable businesses and charities. Our own Better Business Bureau logo has been compromised in the last 2 months in the form of a phishing scam. And we spent about 4 days with our phones ringing off the hook from businesses and consumers throughout the United States. So where are we headed and how can we better serve you, our military consumers? Some future military line goals are to create and update valuable consumer-oriented awareness materials, update and refresh our financial literacy library, which we are doing right now, continue to grow our social media presence and make it a primary resource for consumer information and alerts for our military consumers, offer online financial literacy courses through the McGraw-Hill Military Consumer website, conduct more in-depth analysis into complaint data coming from the military community through our local Better Business Bureaus, and track the dispute resolution process all the way through to the end. We also hope to conduct more outreach from my office and from local Better Business Bureaus across the country. In other words, conveying to military leadership how BBB can be a valuable resource, such as providing input to Armed Forces disciplinary boards. These boards are held at installations, and they advise installation commanders about whether or not to put a certain business off limits to his or her service members. BBB can be very helpful with providing data that shows that there are problematic businesses out there for service members. And then ultimately to establish military line positions within local BBB so that we have a continued presence within each military consumer's community. Better Business Bureau recognizes the continued need and necessary support of our service members and their families when it comes to consumer issues. Each of the 116 Better Business Bureaus supports BBB Military Line. While some teach our workshops and our staff to support the effort at a very high level, others may simply contribute to installation town hall meetings. The bottom line is, they all generously bring the benefits of our program into their local communities. And I would ask that if you have a need with a consumer issue or one that is business related, to please reach out to your local Better Business Bureau for assistance. They may be able to help you resolve your issue or may connect you with my office for further guidance and assistance. And if you sense a need for even more active engagement between your local BBB and your military community, that you please convey that to them as well and contact me, and I'll work hard to encourage them to do that as well. Finally, there will always be a need for financial management training within our military community. I receive all sorts of correspondence through our Contact Military Line link on our website. I've seen all kinds of inquiries. Some are simple, some are really kind of out there and not relevant to what we do, and some are very disconcerting and worrisome. I'd like to share one in particular, which to me is indicative of many of the issues our military families face today. I'll paraphrase the first part for brevity, then I'll read the rest of what this military spouse wrote to me. She and her family are in an emergency state. She and her husband have been in and out of the hospital and are now experiencing serious financial problems. She explains that the rent must have slipped her husband's mind with all the things going on, and now they are being forced from their home in less than a month. They have been denied a loan through a federal credit union and have already turned to a Navy financial relief organization in order to eat. Now I'll read her email from here. We are seriously in a very bad position, and our children just all went back to school, and I hate to think that I will be forced to pull them out of school and move to another district. Please, if you can, send me a list of honest loan companies that accept bad credit. I think my marriage is about to end, and I am reaching out for help to try and get some hope. Thank you. I answer every email that comes in through our Contact BBB Military Line, and I can assure you that I provided this military spouse with a whole host of options that went beyond just what the Better Business Bureau can offer. And I hope at least one of them proves to be helpful to her. Thank you for your interest and support in BBB Military Line. Please take a financial field manual. I have them on the table. I hope you'll find them helpful. I think they are. And as promised, here's our contact information, and thank you very much for having me.